Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mid-Atlantic Modeling League's Dungeonbowl. It's week number 1. It is the first streamed game of this final open competition of the season. And we got a newcomer tonight. We have a veteran, we have a newcomer. It's going to be a fun, bashy game tonight. It's going to be Maximum Von Sydow versus TizzOrc Savage Boys, Malik versus Tizzle Bizzle, Lizardman versus Orcs. Boy, it's been a minute. We have a new Spike Magazine Trophy champion. Nick Satan's Cenozoic Park has advanced to the Blood Bowl in the upper bracket. The Blood Bowl, the Championship Invitational, will be duking it out with the White Skull Windbreakers and one other champion team. Oh, SP Beaver. Thank you so much for the sub. 40 months is a very, very long time, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Wholeheartedly, thank you very much. Sydow Park and the White Skull Windbreakers advancing in the upper bracket. We have a Dungeonbowl champion to crown after 7 weeks and a top 4 cut, and that will be a third team making it to the upper bracket. And then, of course, we will have a fourth team advancing to the upper bracket after they get through the lower bracket. Never gonna in the lower bracket. Chimes Orc team, as well as the Real American Heroes, coached by Dead Fred. They're a Dark Elf team. They have also earned a spot in this Blood Bowl in the lower bracket. They'll have to duke it out to make it to the upper bracket. And boy, I'm just excited to be back. I just got back from World Board Gaming Championship. Had an absolute blast. It was very, very fun. And now we've got some Blood Bowl. We've got lots of Blood Bowl this week up on tap. Let's take a look at the divisions in this competition before we look at the two teams tonight. Three division competition. It is a divisional competition. 7 weeks. One team will have a bye each week. Not so trusty Patches. Thank you for the sub, and I'm glad you made it home. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it, and welcome to the stream. 7 teams in each of these 3 divisions. We've had 2 games actually already in this competition. Eric faced off against a Kind Sir. Our grudges with Nuffles, Eric's team, a Dwarven team. They defeated Kind Peacocks, one of the newcomers, Kind Sir, with the Imperial Nobility team. 1-0 was the final in that game. Eric on top currently. Look at this division. Killers all. We have Eric, who showed his prowess with Wood Elves in the Spike Magazine Trophy. We have S. Beaver, who has done very, very well season after season, competition after competition, bringing back the undead team, the Dead Poets. We have Gale She Won with the Bone Breakers, the Black Orc team, debuting, I believe, last competition, maybe earlier this season. Old Gamer Mike, a newcomer. The Goodest Boys, a Necro team. Necro new to Blood Bowl 3. Doug the Minotaur needs no introduction. The current league champion, the White Skull Windbreakers. They are in this division. Run Bad in the division as well. The Death Fist Pawns, a Black Orc team. And then, of course, the Kind Sir, Kind Peacocks is an Imp team. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. Just finished my Gundam episode. Which Gundam are you watching? I love Gundam. SP Beaver says, did you get any plastic? See, I saw Gundam, I thought Gunpla, and then I said plastic. Did you get any classic Blood Bowl during WBC? I did not. I packed first edition and second edition. I was going to play it with a particular friend of mine. We just didn't get to it. There's so many games to play, you know? PB Nut says the OG series. Oh, that's a great series. A classic, obviously. Yeah, I've seen every series of Gundam. So I love it a lot. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. In Division B, we have BB Nut, also with a great showing in the Spike Magazine Trophy, returning here in Division B in the Dungeon Bowl with the Harlequins, BBFC, and Undead team. JD Whitey? I'm gonna go with JD Whitey. A newcomer with the Force of Flames, a Wood Elf team. We have Chime returning, Nevagana, an Orc team, Spire returning with Rodentia, a Skaven team, Berserker Tempest returning with the Subductus Super Killicopters, an Underworld team, Dead Fred, of course, returning, the Real American Heroes, a Dark Elf team, and Clypheus, Season 2 champion. Nuffle to see here, a Chaos Chosen team returning as well. Not So Trusty Patches says, Turna Gundam is underrated. Turna Gundam is adequately rated. And then in Division C, we have Malik. That's where we are tonight. Maximum Von Sydow, a lizard team. My team, the Television Terror, is a human team. Teen Wolf and Friends, El Marina's brand new team, a Necro team here in Division C. Tizzle Bizzle, newcomer to the league. TizzOrc Savage Boys will be up tonight. Ian's Street Fighter, Turbo Max, a Chaos Renegades team. War Horseman returns with the Juxtaposed Juggernauts, also a Chaos Renegades team. And then, of course, Nick Satan, the new Spike Magazine Trophy champion with the Cenozoic Park, a lizard team. Those are our 3 divisions for this competition. Let's touch on these teams before we get this game underway. The home team tonight will be Maximum Von Sydow, coming in at 1,630,000 gold in TV. They have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players on the roster. 1 Oppo. Oh, how beautiful it is. All 12 cheerleaders, all 12 assistant coaches. They have they have 4 standard skinks. They have a chameleon, a Crocs, and all 6 Saurus blockers. 3 rerolls, 2 dedicated fans. They're going to be up against this fresh TV 1 million team, the TizzOrc Savage Boys. Full 11 players, naturally. All 3 rerolls, naturally. The 4 blitzers, naturally. 2 orc linemen, a bunch of blockers, and of course a gobbo. How are the 2 teams going to play against each other tonight? Well, so Maximum Von Sydow is giving away 630,000 gold in petty cash. That is going to be something that Malik is absolutely going to have to contend with. That is a lot of TV being given away to the opponent. He's going to have to watch out for whatever that culminates into. That's going to be almost guaranteed to be 2 star players, maybe even a wizard on top of that. He'll have to watch out for whatever it is. He'll have to see what inducements Tizzle Bizzle brings to the table and figure out what the strategy around them is going to be and pivot around that. He needs to focus on these skinks tonight. The skinks are his lifeline, so to speak, with that MA8, all with dodge. He has the Dirty Player, Sneaky Kit, and Lor Santeca. Needs to leverage that as well to try to remove this high-strength, high-block team off the pitch. Maximum Von Sydow, as a lizard team, still doesn't have all the block he really wants on these Saurus blockers, and he's coming up against a team that starts with a lot of block. These black orcs will they start with 4 blitzers, right? 4 blitzers all come with the block skill, and then the big and blockers have a strength of 4. This is absolutely nightmarish, right? Like, this is a lot of nightmarish for Malik. It's more block than he wants to contend with, and typically he can rely on the strength of his Sarses. He can't do that here tonight with those big and blockers in the way. He needs to rely on the skinks. That means Tizzle Bizzle is going to be hunting skinks tonight. If he can if Tizzle Bizzle can remove skinks from the pitch, they will win. Malik needs to keep the skinks alive and leverage them. That means he's going to have to go in and position them in such a way that they stay safe and they stay in the drive so that he can go ahead and score and keep these skinks alive. Once he loses the skinks, he's done, and he's going to have to watch out for what those inducements are going to do to try to ruin his day. So I'm going to stop jibber jabbering, and we're going to get right into this game, this first streamed game of the competition. Why are we on turn 6? Did I miss something? All right, we're on turn 6, I guess. The game was scheduled for 8:30, as far as I was aware. All right, turn 6 it is. Oh, it's gonna be a short stream. Okay, neat. So Maximum Von Sydow with the ball currently in Lor Santeca's hands. The fouler, number 13 on the 4-yard line, probably doesn't want it in that skink's hands. Looking for a way to push forward here with the ball after the TizzOrc Savage Boys scored. I imagine that means they were on offense to start with. Gets laissez-faire, the number 12 skink down, pitch over in the right wide zone on the 14-yard line. Scary place to be undefended. Goes for the blitz on Grolkus. Gory cleats. Gets the knockdown. Still has plenty of movement left with Antonia's block. BB Nut says, I'm just getting into Gundam and decided to start with the OG series. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a handful of different timelines. That is my favorite timeline, and that's by far and away where the most shows are. So not a bad place to start at all. Not so trusty Patches says Gundam 8th Mobile Suit was it Mobile Suit Unit? 8th MS was a great show. I liked it a lot. Witch from Mercury was really good. I liked Witch from Mercury a lot. Turnover on the block, turn 6 now for the TizzOrc Savage Boys. Tizzle Bizzle on defense. Lor Santeca retreating to the 6-yard line. By no means safe. If you're trying to watch all of Gundam, you will be set for the next 2 years. Two-die block double skulls against Ming the Merciless II. Re-rolls this into a knockdown. TizzOrc Savage Boys with no re-rolls remaining in this turn. Two-die block over in the left wide zone is a push against Father Lancaster Marin, the number 2 Saurus blocker. He's going to be pushed back to the Savage Boys' own 2-yard line, just off the left zone, off the left sideline. Two-die block on Sir Walter Loxley, the number 16 Skink. This is by Ripper Bolgrot. You can see he's got Mighty Blow and a strength of 6. Easy to get the 2-die or 3-die blocks. Mighty Blow is going to give him +1 right there on the armor break or the injury roll. And that's a removal. Well done by the Savage Boys. Two-die blitz on Jobert. Gets a pal here. Very, very risky to throw these skinks out there just to get beat up. They are frail. They only have an AV of 8+. They're stunty as well. BB Nut says, shame you missed my game. My dirty player Ghoul single-handedly removed 5 players from the first half. I would have loved to have seen it. Tizzlebizzle takes a mark on Laissez-Faire over in the right wide zone. Laissez-Faire in some danger. 50-50 dodge due to prehensile tail. And Warag collateral damage. The number 4 blitzer is going to take a mark on Lor Santeca. Yeah, Malik wants to be getting the ball out of this fouler's hands and allow the fouler to foul. Lor Santeca can be putting a lot of hurt on this this resilient orc team. One die block is going to be a turnover by Maximum Von Sydow. Took the 1 die block with the block skill and it didn't work out. And now Lor Santeca in trouble. Double pals on Lor Santeca. We'll see if Lord Santeca stays alive here. We'll also see where the ball bounces. Chain push gets the ball to bounce over to the opposing 2-yard line. Lord Santeca stays on the pitch. Did I block him? Brewmeister Smith over on the left side of the line. Will be a push here. Ripper Bolgrot. You can see here has the grab skill. Grab is like an inverse sidestep. $45 left on the clock for the Savage Boys. Fails a really stupid roll on Urk, the big guy, the number 13 troll. He's going to remain stationary and lose his tackle zones. Savage Boys on the bonus clock. 5 minutes, 50 seconds left. Good 3+ dodge away from the left side of the line. Flog Boom Boom, the number 2 blitzer, is going to get down pitch. I think that's the sole scorer. Yeah, so it's going to be down to Flog Boom Boom to score here for Tizzle Bizzle, provided they can recover the ball. Turn 8 for Maximum Bond Sydow. Another stand-up blitz. This time gets the knockdown on Rakran Filthy Fangs. A 2-die this time on Gory Cleats gets a push. Trying to push these orcs away from the ball. Maximum Von Sydow down a touchdown. Doesn't want to go down 2-0 at the end of the half. Going for the ball pickup here. 50-50 pickup. Works out, but failed the dodge. Fails the dodge. The ball's going to bounce to the 2. The Savage Boys now have a free opportunity to score here in turn 8. The ball's free and clear. No rerolls, though. Tizzle Bizzle trying to decide how they want this turn to play out. Are they going to go for blocks? Looks like they may. Two-die block, and that's a good call here with double pals on King Osric. Can they get the 10+ to break armor? They can't. Did I block on Brewmeister Smith? It's going to be a pal. Not so trusty Patches says blocks are a good call. Sure, if you want to talk about statistics, but they're scary with no rerolls. No rerolls in high AV. I kind of question the utility of it. I think a touchdown's probably more worth the risk. Here's the pickup. 3+ pickup works out to the handoff. 2 rushes work out. The handoff works out, got through the animosity roll. 2-0 is going to be the score going in to the second half. Well done. And that'll close out the first half. The Savage Boys up 2-0 going in the second half. They'll be receiving to try to make this a 3-0 ball game. I would say we've seen a half of action, but we've seen a less than a quarter. So there's that. Maximum Von Sydow to set up on defense in this this M formation that Malik is fond of here. He's got 2 Crocs on the outside, 2 Sarses on the outside here, 3 on the line. SP Beaver says, I'm really surprised Malik's 12 cheerleaders are not performing better. Just you wait. You watch this kickoff. Currently 4 on the line for the Savage Boys. Back up to 3 rerolls for each coach. 8 turns left in this game. Big deficit for Max Von Sydow to try to close here. See if they can pull it off. All 3 Sarses with the block skill are in the linebacker position. Did he just... See, I told you! There it is, the Max Von Sydow cheerleaders getting into this game. I don't know what Knuckle Dusters does. Knuckle Dusters. One of your players without the letter trait available for this drive gains Mighty Blow +1. That's going to be Brewmeister Smith. He's got Mighty Blow now. The mirror. Two-time block on the line. Oh, tries to get through. Loader took the roll with Ripper. I hit the wrong button, boy. I lost the replay. I love this. I love this. The universe is infinite. Infinite possibilities. Infinite choices. Infinite wisdom. What is happening? Good remover by Max Von Sydow himself. After Ripper caused a turnover after the both down result, failed the loner roll on the reroll, Max Von Sydow is going to get in this game and murder someone. Not so trusty patches, thank you for the bits. Infinite Blood Bowl indeed. Minute 10 left on the clock here in turn 9. Max von Sydow moving in on this offense. Takes a mark on number 8. That means number 4 is more than likely going to eat a 2-die block. Moves on number 7 on the right side as well. "13 seconds left on the clock for Max von Sydow." Oh, they're going to dodge it on the ball. They rush to the ball. What? Wow. 3 rushes with sprint. Picked up the ball. Jobert in control of the ball now on the 16-yard line. Max von Sydow wasting no time trying to get back into this ball game. We'll see if he can take enough marks. We'll see if it works out. And Jobert will stay on their feet. Jobert without the block skill. Turn 10. The Savage Boyz. Not so trusty patches. Thank you for the bits. SP Beaver verifying off stream that I got the game timer. This is on me. I apologize, everyone. I scheduled the game incorrectly. I had a fishy feeling that that was the case. Blitz on Jobert. 2-die blitz. This works out to the block skill. Jobert gonna stay on the pitch. And Walrag, collateral damage, is gonna move 1 space toward the ball, but will not risk the rush. 2-die blitz, or 2-die block works out to the block skill and is going to remove Chief Justice Fargo over on the left side of the pitch here. Yeah, big risk here by Max von Sydow to get the ball. Not just on recovering the ball, but a big risk leaving Jobert by his lonesome. Didn't work out here, but Jobert still alive. Max von Sydow knowing they have to do something to get back in this game, so they went for the ball early, hoping to score early, give them plenty of time to recover again, and perhaps try to tie the ball game. 3 orcs around the ball, going for the pickup here. It's a 3+ pickup. The reroll is spent. Argok Kneebreaker, the number 10 lineman, will recover the ball. And now the offense has the ball for the first time this half on their own 14-yard line. Two rushes to get a little bit of safety here. Turn 10 now for Max von Sydow. SPV says, I want to see a hero skink dodge through there and take the uphill block. Double pals over on the right side of the pitch. Gets a knockdown, and Dvorak... Wait. Oh! Good injury. Dvorak pain in the neck. I think that should be Dvorak pain in the wrist. If anyone remembers Dvorak keyboards. Tizzle Bizzle really thinking on whether to spend this Wandering Apothecary. Spends it. And it doesn't really pan out. That's 3 injuries that Max von Sydow have incurred or have perpetrated against the Savage Boys. Not so trusty. He just says maximum Von cheerleading. They're pretty great. They're pretty great. Uh-oh. What did I miss? 2-die blitz. 2-die blitz on knee breaker. He's gonna get a knockdown here. Good blitz on the ball carrier. The ball's knocked loose in the 16-yard line. Jobert, 1-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rush. I don't know. I don't know how much that's worth it. Maybe just marking the ball. Marking the ball and starting to pick off the offense might be the way to go here. Yeah, I recently added the first edition of Blood Bowl, first edition, to my collection. So I had first edition in the red box with the star badge, and then I picked up the original brown box version as well, which is it's a neat thing to have in the collection, I think. Max von Sydow back on the clock. First edition certainly is a game. Get around to it, but I was like, be aware that first edition's not great. He's like, once, and then I'll have that experience. Like, all right, I appreciate that. But it's not good. So Trusty Patch says, I like the cardboard players. You say that. I like that. 3+ dodge, going for the 3+ pickup. Fails the roll. Is he going to spend one of his 3 rerolls? He will. And now he's rushing. Failed the first rush. And now he's on the 22-yard line. Big play to recover the ball again. Rolls a skull. Oh, is he going to spend his final reroll? Don't do it. Don't do it. He doesn't. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Is he going to stay on his feet? Is Laissez Faire going to stay on his feet? I like having all the players in the box, but it is really hard to tell who is who. like there's no markings on players, right? They all look the same. so like your different positions are like kind of like there aren't necessarily like you don't have blitzers and linemen and catchers and stuff. You do, but double skulls on the blitz. Re-rolls this into a dodge push laissez faire. Let's go. Sidestep, dance your way, moonwalk your way toward this end zone. Let's go. Yeah, like you choose, like you kind of build your team, and that's like the first step of the game. So like, there's no markings. They don't look different in any way. Whereas in second edition, you had the colored bases. Really hard to tell who's who. I mean, I guess you could just you could put something. You could maybe buy a bunch of differently colored bases or something, I guess, for the cardboard chits. 2-die block over on the right side of the pitch, gets double pushes on Lor Santeca. Turn 11 for Max von Sydow. Oh no! Lord Santeca, no! No! You came so far! Oh boy! Failed the dodge with the dodge skill. The ball's not going to bounce out of bounds. It's going to remain in the end zone. Turn 12 for the Savage Boys. Not so trusty patches. Thank you for the bits. Hey, you got to watch out for those, man. That's how you stop skinks. Ripper Bolgrot, the star player, is going to move forward and mark Max von Sydow, the Crocs. 1:10 on the clock for the Savage Boys. They're in the lead 2-0. And now they mark the ball with Enrock Darkeye. Double pushes a Ming the Merciless II way back on the 6-yard line. Boy, I find that so confusing, how the circles clip through the goalpost. I guess it's not clipping per se, but you know what I mean. That's what Trusty Patches says. What other inducements did Tizzlebizzle get? I know the Wandering Apothecary. It was at least Ripper and a Wandering Apothecary, but it had to be more than that. Ball recovered by Flog Boom Boom. The number 2 Blitzer on the 22-yard line. The Lizard team just out of position to block off a number of these Orc players, but can do it here. So to try to recover this ball, really wants to start pushing players out of the way. Keep them out of the drive. Get your players in between them and where the ball is. And then use your remaining players to go after this ball. Two-die block against Argot Knee Breaker. Argok. Gets knocked to the ground. Needs to get some tackle zones between the ball carrier and the rest of the pitch, and he's doing just that. Rush is in a position to take the two-die blitz. It's going to have to be a push. Probably doesn't want to follow up here. Oh, but he's going to. Oh, scary stuff. Follows up with King Osric. Keeps the ball carrier marked. Takes a mark with Brewmeister Smith. Brewmeister Smith, the favored blitzer with that Mighty Blow +1. Also has Mighty Blow on the Crocs, but the Crocs, of course, being a big guy, is a loner. So if you don't have to roll dice with the big guy, you tend not to want to. Two-die block over in the right wide zone, way back in no man's land, will be a knockdown against Grolkus Gory Cleats. I swear there's like some sort of shimmer effect that's been added to the game that's really like freaking out my eyeballs. Rushes with the skink, loses another skink here. Really can't afford to lose these skinks. Taking the rush. This is going to be an injured skink unless the Oppo is spent. The Oppo is spent. And that's going to be an injured skink regardless. So the doctors this evening, unlicensed, let that be a lesson to you. Always find a good doctor. Turn 13 now. Back to the Savage Boys. Fourth and final quarter begins. They're in the lead 2-0. They're in great shape. Max von Sydow went in hard on the ball early in this half. Couldn't quite score. And now they've all but run out of time to tie this ball game. Sydow block gets a push. I just noticed I introduced another bug to the standings. Apparently when a game's in play, the teams just vanish from the standings. Two-die block on Jobert, gets a pal here. 8+ is all he needs to break armor. Not so trusty Patches says it's a feature. I think I am fairly certain it must have something to do with when I fixed an issue of standings reordering on the fly as a game was in play. So it should be an easy fix. Tried to dodge out. Failed to dodge with Flog Boom Boom. The ball's going to land on the 24-yard line. Turn 13 now for Max von Sydow. They're going to get another chance at this ball, but they only have one skink left on the pitch. And that's not going to do it. They're going to have to use a team reroll here. They'll get a knockdown on the Grave Digger, the number 3 blitzer. It's a number of dodges for Jobert. Jobert now free. Going for the 3+ pickup. There it is. 2-1 the score. Well done by Malik and Max von Sydow. Not a lot of time left on the clock, but they're now on the board. Even if they don't win this game, picking up 3 SPP is nothing to scoff at. Well, there they are! Look at them go! And thankfully, thanks to Nuffle, gets 2 skinks back. Max von Sydow on defense once more. This time they'll be down a player. It'll be 3, 6, 9. 9v10? 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's 10v10 on the pitch. All right. 10v10. Max von Sydow keeping their formation intact. 3 on the line. The 3 block Sauruses as the linebackers. Crocs is free as a linebacker as well. Now the Savage Boys with 3 on the line. Urk, the untrained troll, in the center position. Gory Cleats as the left guard. Filthy Fangs as the right guard. Ragless Green Twilight, the number 11 Goblin, is back to receive this kickoff. Not so trusty Patches says, oh, no more knuckle dusters. Who's to say? There are 12 cheerleaders and Nuffle provides. I feel these. You can't tell me that's not a Galaxy Trucker ship formation. That's what that is. No, it's not a heart. It's Galaxy Trucker. A Thistle Thistle with my favorite formations I've ever seen in the game of Blood Bowl. Oh boy, the two-team formation, the infinity, and now the heart. The ball in the hands of wire and collateral damage on the 8-yard line. Thistle Bizzle completing Malik's heart. Moves the ball to the 4-yard line. Turn 14. Oh, thank you very much, Thistle Bizzle. Dude, I blocked Scott. Get the knockdown on Father Lancaster Baron. Dude, I block its double pals on King Osric here with Rekran Filthy Fangs. That's right, you can't have blood without a heart. I mean, I guess you can. Two-9 block by Urk's going to be a both down result, and that's a turnover. Turn 14 back to Max von Sydow. 3 turns to try to tie this game. The ball's on the 4-yard line, currently in the hands of Warag Collateral Damage, the number 4 blitzer. Man, I came back from WBC with everything on fire. At work, things are on fire. I got the schedule wrong. I apologize for that. But I did have an entire quarter of a watermelon for dinner. I'm like doing that now. That's like been my dinner like a dozen times in the past month. It's a quarter of a watermelon. I mean, I understand watermelons come in different sizes, but we'll say like normal size. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. I would say it's easily 4 cups of watermelon. Dude, I Blitz by Dr. Leetkines. I gotta look up how that's pronounced because I don't know who that character is. Gets the double pals on Bokrik, the Grave Digger. Doesn't break armor. Orcs very resilient. They do not have low armor. AB 10 plus. Hard to crack. Gets a mark on the ball carrier. Not so trusty patches says, wait, do you work at CrowdStrike? I do not, no. I wouldn't literally be on fire. I think I would literally be fired. Turn 15 for the Savage Boys. They're on their own 4-yard line. They just need to keep the ball safe to win this game. Man, so WBC was in Pennsylvania, and it's at this ski resort called Seven Springs. Good blitz here on Dr. Leak Kynes. And the resort's fine, but there is nothing around the resort for like 10 miles. Which isn't that far, but it's not that far if you want to go to one place. Like if you just want to get gas, it's fine. If you just want to get a pizza, it's fine. But if you want to do more than one thing, it quickly adds up because they're not next to each other. They're like all equidistant from the resort. So it's really obnoxious. I went to this pizza place that was so bizarre. It was like a trailer converted into a pizzeria, and 80% of it was the kitchen, and 20% was like unfinished, but was I don't know, a casino. And there was nowhere to sit. There was nowhere. They didn't have public restrooms, which I'm fairly certain is illegal. Would be illegal in this state. And there was slot machines in this little corner of this trailer with office chairs, like Office Depot office chairs on rollers, on concrete in an unfinished corner of a trailer. And all the slot machines were titled Pennsylvania Game of Skill. It was so weird. And they didn't take credit. They only took cash. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. All right, not the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but it was perplexing. Yeah, I like the brazen, like, just call it something else. Pennsylvania Movie Theater. No gambling here. Dude, I block, it's a push. But I will say, all the locals that I met were super duper nice. They were just really, really, really nice. And I had a great time. And again, the resort's great. But even off the resort, like I went to get gas because I drive an asshole car. Ooh, I shouldn't curse. My car eats up a lot of gas. And just some stranger, he's like, "Hey, nice car." And I'm like, "Oh, thanks, man." And he's like, and he saw I had this hoodie and it's like an Attack on Titan hoodie. He's like, "Oh, I love anime." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And then some other dude just walks up. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, hey, do you know him?" He's like, "No, I'm just saying hi." I'm like, "Oh, that's really nice." So everyone was very polite, and I had a great time. Yeah, board games. We're a board gaming championship, WBC. One Die Black gets a push on Gory Cleats. The ball in a cage over on the left side of the pitch. Max von Sydow has Chief Justice Fargo in scoring position, but only just. Probably wants to scoot Chief Justice Fargo. Maybe, well, too late now. A couple spaces forward. Well, he's fine here. He can still rush. Savage Boys might just try to run this ball down pitch over on the left sideline. Yeah, just get it out of play and win this game. Two Die Block gets a POW against Jobert. Trying to get some casualty SPP here. 8+ breaks armor. He can still rush, famous last words. There was, oh, let me tell you another WBC story. There was it moves the ball all the way down the 14-yard line. It is all but out of play. Max von Sydow is going to have to make a big play to try to score here. There was a vending machine by an area for open gaming. And they had sodas that were $4, right? So that's expensive, but you expect that at like a ski resort, right? But you know what they did? They also had water. They had water in that vending machine. And I didn't realize this until I like reconciled my expenses this weekend. The sodas were $4, but the water in the same vending machine was $5. They charged 25% extra for water. Turn 16, final turn of the game. Max von Sydow needs a miracle, needs an absolute miracle in order to score here. To be fair, they did have free water there. They had like, it was almost literally right next to the vending machine. Like a big jug of water with like, you know, paper cups and stuff. I just thought it was crazy how the water was $1 more than soda. Max von Sydow looking to see how they might pull this off. They have 36 seconds on the clock. Going for the uphill block on Ripper. They're going to get a push out of this. So they push Ripper to the right. What's the play? I guess a dodge blitz. Yeah, dodge blitz didn't work out, and that'll be the game. 2-1 the final. Good effort. I mean, he had to do something there. Had to do something. And I was rooting for him, but it didn't work out. 2-1, going to be the final of this game. Well played by both coaches. Again, I apologize for getting the game started late. That is absolutely on me. I apologize to both coaches, and I apologize to the viewers for cutting the game short. BB Nut asks, is Run Bad Doug next? It was supposed to be, and it got rescheduled at the last minute for Wednesday. It will be streamed, but it's going to be Wednesday at 9:30. We'll take a look at the schedule in just a minute. And there we are. Our first leader in Division C is going to be TizzOrc's TizzOrc Boyz 1-0. Well done. Congratulations to TizzOrc. Well played by both coaches. Malik really put on a show there and had an opportunity to tie this game and really worked at it and almost got there in the end. So well played by both coaches. We'll take a look at the schedule before we leave for this evening. Coming up next, we have a game tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's UTC -4. That's going to be the Dead Poets versus Goodest Boys. S. Beaver versus Old Gamer Mike. That's Undead versus Necro. That's going to be great. That'll be tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. And then on Wednesday, July 31st at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Again, that's UTC -4. That's going to be Death Fist Pawns versus the White Skull Windbreakers. Run Bad versus Doug the Minotaur. Run Bad, new to the league, but by no means new to Blood Bowl. Doug the Minotaur, of course, our current league champion. That's going to be an absolute fantastic match. That's going to be Blackworks versus Orcs. Then on Thursday night at 9 o'clock p.m., we have a Chaos Renegades mirror match, Juxtaposed Juggernauts versus Street Fighters Turbo Max. That's War Horseman versus Ian. Then on Sunday, August 4th, we've got the Real American Heroes versus Subductus Super Killer Carpers. That's going to be at 9:30 p.m. That's Dead Fred versus Berserker Tempest. Dark Elves versus Underworld. So we've got an edge match there. 2 more games left to be scheduled here in week number 1. 7 full weeks of regulation before our cut to top 4. And when those 2 games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's MAML.CLUB, here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, Twitter, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game is so much fun. I absolutely, you know what? Like, I wouldn't say today was a bad day by any means. Today was a fine day. But, you know, I come back from a week of gaming to, like, just kind of trying to put out fires everywhere. But I really loved, I really loved Tizzle Pizzle's final 2 formations, offensive formations there. They made me very happy. I love this game so much. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, and Xbox, and in Tabletop Forum at your friendly local game store. Until tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, take care, everybody, and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening.